I think it's sucking trash from the tank, stopping up the lift pump.
Yeah.
So yeah, big shocker because of this guy right here. The foot, something must have struck the bottom of the tank. It can't really get below a quarter of a tank because of that. It sucks air, and these screens look like shit. No, God! So that would explain why it has so much trouble with lift pumps. Alright, so I put a lift pump on it and a fuel filter. And the original lift pump I put on it lasted less than 24 hours. This new lift pump that's on it has 30 minutes of runtime on it since it was broken down to get it back home. I think it's sucking trash from the tank, stopping up the lift pump.
Damn, I'm good!
I don't know what that is. There's something in there. It's fucking horrible.
$2,000 years later.
So I just left the parts store. I got 3/8 inverted flares. I have two 3/8 flarels on a brake line, 2 flared ends. I'm going to flare this and put the inverted union on there with the brake line to the new foot we have right here. Intake screener foot. The part number's worn away, but these are the nicest cutters I've ever owned. These are made by Matco. This particular one is. You'll see right here it is spring retained. So when you tighten down on the fixture you're cutting, it doesn't destroy the tip of the wheel. But I'm going to cut this flare off on this end because we don't need it. We're just going to cut this to length eventually. We're going to use this side's existing flare and put it on the sending unit. Most people use crushed farrels and whatnot. I didn't want to do that. There we go. There's a cut. Need to get that shit off there. That's what I wanted to see right here. Perfect. Not much wiggle at all. And stuff. The most important thing you can learn is to put the farrel or the fitting on the line before you flare it. Because when you flare it, it's stuck on there. So we're working with 3/8 line, that's right here. The back spacing of this, I always put it just about flush because there's a recessed edge in there. you can always add a flare. You can't necessarily remove it. So it's like painting. Start out little and work your way into it. There's a couple reasons people do this mod. One, to get rid of the in-tank filters, because that's stupid. Having to drop a fuel cell to service the filters inside it, that's stupid. There's a reason why fuel tanks aren't made out of metal nowadays, to be non-serviceable. It's just a container that holds a liquid, a chemical, and it's designed to hold that chemical. There's no need to start the filtration inside the tank, because it's uncalled for to drop in a tank to service it. These, as you've seen earlier.
No, God!
Secondly is these feet get damn it, I'm bending them. These feet get they're rubber, but they get dry rotted, and they get they start breaking down and getting brittle from the chemicals in the tank over time. And if you hit a bump or something hits the bottom of the tank, it breaks them. When you do this mod, here's another reason people do this mod. When you do this mod, you actually stick the your new line about yay deep inside the foot, and this metal stem acts like a backbone. Here's the new one. You can see it's a little bit resilient, but over time, eventually, it will be no better than this one. And as long as it holds form, it will work. Okay, I'm gonna finish flaring this. Well, that's tight already. Try not to break the sending unit. I have a perfectly good vise right there I should be using, but that's about it. Jesus. So,
How long you been back?
not long.
I think the kitten learns how to truck.
Better not be.
Chelsea found them under the seat like 2 days ago, or in the morning.
It's imperative that these be on there good and tight, airtight. That is a permanent fixture that is now serviceable. So here's where this goes, like so. Yep, there they all are.
We're behind the passenger seat.
Alright, so I don't know if I need to do this. So I haven't set the length right. Yeah, I don't feel like it'll quite go over the 3/8. So I might, and there's also a slight taper in there I might have to drill out. Just like that. No, that's not 3/8. 3/8 right here. See, the drill bit is right there, about to come to the screen. There we go. Fits like a glove. Alright, sorry about that, fellas. I tried it once without y'all, and it is way too long, so I'm going to nip it down just a little bit more here. The tube is right there. Oh, the diesel working to my advantage as lubrication. I'm going to set the foot somewhere clean because I just cleaned the bottom of the tank. I should have measured it because it looked like it was 3 inches too long, but I'm going to just do a little bit at a time. I'm just taking off big chunks right now, fine dialing it in, rather than take all the measurements and get all sophisticated. I think it's 10 inches and 5/8 or something like that. Diesel Tech Ron has a video very similar to this. Very famous. But check for no burrs. I'm just trying to get this done, to be honest with y'all. Almost there. Okay. Perfect. Alright. Let's try it again. See? Still got about 2 more inches to go. I'll start slowing down here at the end. Alright, so eyeballing about what looks to be about 1 7/8 inches. Jesus Christ. Such a tight fit. Right on money. Alright, so that's not the best way to do that, obviously, but I mean, you can see it's still holding it up some. So when I tighten this down and squish the O-ring, whatever difference there is in the rubber foot and the hard line, it's just going to slide up it just a little bit. That's just what I want. rated improvements. It does seem to be idling pretty smooth, and I'm on a factory tune, and this is the fastest F-250 7.3 truck I've ever drove in my life, and I've drove a lot of them. And on a stock setup, stock engine, stock tuning, everything. I haven't done anything with the programming or anything whatnot. And I did notice that the engine's still cold, so I'm not going to beat on it. But when I did leave the driveway, I did see coal. And I don't know how much a stock Super Duty is supposed to coal, but that was that. Alright guys, so far so good. I can't believe the gauge is saying I have about a quarter. It's been going down a little bit slowly but surely. Anyhow, I would never have drove this truck with the fuel gauge where it's at. I would have probably hit air by now. Especially in these back roads I live in where it's all hilly and everything. But I think we got it, guys. Special thanks to Diesel Tech Ron's video, and there's so much information on doing the Harpoon and Hutch mod. It's fairly common. It's just, if you get carried away with it, you can make a big mistake. So just keep it simple. I got a little carried away with it there at the end, so just be careful, but well worth it. I'm so glad I don't have those intake screens in the pickup tube no more. And I plan on putting aftermarket lift pumps and filtration on this truck anyhow. I'm going to see how much horsepower I can suck through that stock foot. But anyhow, guys, that's all. I hope y'all enjoyed. Don't forget to not subscribe, and also remember to thumbs down this video. Y'all have a good day.